Hi guys, thanks for clicking on this video. So before we get into it, I'd like to tell you a short story. So a while ago, in the country of Nigeria, in the 1930s, there was a move of the Spirit of God upon the nation. There raised different men who got blessed with certain gifts for the working of miracles and healing anointing. And so these men went around using these gifts to preach the gospel. They did wonderful miracles which caused breakthrough in the gospel in Nigeria. However, as time went on, there were certain evangelists that came from other nations abroad, like some from Portugal, some from Spain, some from England, and they came to organize revivals and crusades in Nigeria around that time. But when they would come with drugs, and they would administer drugs at their crusades and at their revivals. And the evangelists that God had raised from Nigeria questioned this because it seemed as though they were believing God, but they were trying medicine just in case. And throughout that time, that confusion was very evident. But with time, it seems that medicine has been accepted by Nigerian culture more and more. But that confusion still lies among the many Christians today. Should I use medicine? Should I not use medicine? Is that the will of God? Is that not the will of God? All these questions we're going to attempt to answer today. So I want you to stay tuned for the next 10 minutes and give us as much of your attention as you can. Again, thank you. So let's get right into it. So hi guys, my name is Timlane and this is OpenArchivesofHeaven. And so last time out we met with some students, wonderful students from different states in Ilorin at CMD National Conference, and we asked them some beautiful questions about medicine and divine healing. They gave some beautiful answers. If you want to know what they said, you could check the video out right there. But today we will be giving our own review on the same topic. So first, I believe it's important for us to know this, and this fact is important, so that there will not be any confusion. Sickness is not the will of God for us. God does not desire that we be sick. He desires wholeness for us, as we read so many times in the Bible. However, sickness has come as a result of the fall of man, and God desires that we would come out of it through Jesus' sacrifice on the cross. On why people still fall sick, though, we will get into it in some other video. But the aim of this video is to establish whether or not as Christians it's logical to take medicine. Does it go against our beliefs? Having said that, it's important we define the title of this video. The title of this video is Science versus God, Medicine versus Divine Healing. And so we'll be doing things like this on topics that seem as if science goes against God in these different fields. So, first thing we need to do is define these two parameters, medicine and divine healing. Now, medicine is a science that aims to bring a total state of well-being to man or woman in terms of emotion, in terms of mental health, and in terms of physical health. Divine healing is a situation whereby God heals a man without requiring intervention from any source, that is, divinely. It's important that we understand how these two balance out. My one point is medicine is created by God. What do I mean? Well, if you watch our other videos, then you will understand that God created the heavens and the earth and everything in it. And so, medicine has come as a consequence of God's creation. And it's also important that we understand that according to the laws defined by science, the laws of thermodynamics, which state that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. You have to understand this man has never created something out of absolutely nothing. Everything has always been a product of another thing. And so medicine is a product of nature and wisdom that God has blessed man with. Another thing, again, is that the will of God is that man be what? A manager. I checked the second book of Genesis and we find out that God had not raised any plants rather. Why? Because there was no man to till the ground. And so it was God's desire that man would use this thing and have dominion over it as commanded in the first book of Genesis, so that he can properly manage them for his own growth and well-being. You see how that God uses what is around man to bring productivity in him, which is a characteristic of God. So in man, it is also important that we see how in different parts of the Bible that God has elected to give us sides of how he has used medicine to help different people. We have one particular story of the Good Samaritan, whereby we have something like a surgery or a treatment in the book of Luke chapter 10 verse 34, whereby the Good Samaritan sees the man who is fallen and injured and ties him and bands him up, sets him on his way to receive further treatment. Another example is where Paul admonishes Timothy, the book of Timothy, that he should try to take a little wine that he can maintain a good state of health. And so God desires that we will use the things that he has given us, like wine, like plants, so that we can maintain a good state of well-being. Having said that, I'm not dismissing divine healing. Divine healing is a blessing that God has given to us as a people, especially believers, so that we can come into different things. I've talked about medicine, and I've talked about why as Christians that we accept the practice of medicine. But it's also important that we do not undermine the power of divine healing. There's some of you that have never taken a drug before. I've always been well. I've never visited a hospital. You pray and then you receive your healing immediately. But what we need to understand about divine healing is that it is God's will that we be healed. It is God's will that we will be well. However, how we define that wellness does not come from us. And so we need to get to the point where we understand that even when we are applying medicine, even when we are taking drugs, even when we are going to the surgery or anything, our certainty does not lie in the expertise of the doctor or the surgeon. Our certainty and rest lies in God. So we are doing medicine, we are praying for divine healing, still trusting that God will heal us. Many times we confuse the wonder of the miraculous and ignore the aptitude of the simple, which sometimes is the way the Lord wants to go. So we have to be ready to accept that God has provided all this so that we can manage our own care. But it still means paramount that we trust God completely for our healing through any means. Now, am I saying that you should not pray for healing and trust God for healing? No, I'm saying that it's important we understand the basis for healing. The Bible says this, is that if you ask anything in my name, tell my Father in heaven and He will do it for you. And so that the condition for receiving anything is that if we ask and we believe that God will bless us with it. But what is important that we understand is that whether or not we take drugs, it's not against God. It does not show lesser faith. It does not show diminished faith. It does not mean that we are not grown enough. No, but we are still trusting God for the one and same healing. I want us to trust God in both instances, in the case of medicine, in the case of divine healing. Finally, many times God has blessed us what we need to progress in life, to be successful, to have good health and good wealth. But most times we ignore it. Why? Because we do not understand what has been placed in our hands. And that, my dear friend, is wrong and against God Himself. So thanks for clicking on this video. I hope this video has blessed you. And now you understand the medicine and divine healing balance out, and how they are not different things, but one and the same, which God has created for the betterment of man and for the well-being of our soul. And so I want you to go on with having that view on healing. Also, please subscribe. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe and share this video if it blessed you. Like it, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at OH_connect. And thank you for all that if you've done that. Have a good day. See you in the OpenArchivesofHeaven. Bye.